season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. It's the Michigan State Spartans and the Washington Huskies. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Guys, I caught up with the Spartans head coach right before the game. One of the big keys in this game plan here today is to get their transfer running back the ball. He has been terrific all season and really paced this team, but today he has an opportunity to go over 1,000 yards. He is early and often in the script. Coach said, we want to run the rock, really make sure that he gets that mark, but more importantly, it helps our team win every Saturday when he's rolling. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. That's not what he had in mind, and they'll give up good field position as the kickoff goes out of bounds. They'll take the penalty and move them back. Motion from the back. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
Well, they were trying to go RPO. The quarterback decided not to hand it off, and the pass rush just swallowed it up. They got to him so quickly, knocked the ball out, and jumped him.
This offense has it with really good field position. Running to the left. Runs through a tackle. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Williams. Right side, it's Washington. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24, first down. Changing the routes with his receivers. Williams looking for a man. Out wide left, it's Washington. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Well, you've seen the last 2 plays now. This guy's versatility. You've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon, and a guy this defense has got to be ready for.
From the gun, it's Washington. On the stop.
And it really doesn't matter what the decision is on the RPO. When your defensive line can reset the line of scrimmage like that, get off blocks and make plays.
It's 3rd and 5. Throwing, Williams. Out wide right, it's Washington. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Husky. They get And set for the point afters, we have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
And the Spartans in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Quick give. It's Edwards. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. They're going to run. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
2 straight drives ending in fumbles now for this offense. Guys just have to start hanging on to the football. There's nothing schematic that has to change. They've just got to get back to fundamentals, 5 points of pressure, and prioritize holding on to the ball.
Motion from the wideout. Here's a give to Washington. Oh, he's got some space. He's at the top, and he scores! Touchdown, Huskies!
Sudden change situations are so interesting because oftentimes in that kind of instance, you get the ball back on a turnover and offenses are trying to take a shot looking for the home run touchdown. But that time they just turned around and handed it off. It was a more conservative play call, David, but it gave them the same desired result.
Well, and it's kind of crazy. When you force that turnover, everybody goes bananas. The sideline's going nuts. You get a little bit of extra juice, and then they hand the football off, and everybody does their job. They capitalize on it. Momentum swings happen so fast in college football.
Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Left side is West. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. This third down a little longer after that penalty. From the gun, wants to pass. And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on 3rd down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone. He tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Made the catch with enough for the 1st down, but he was out of bounds, incomplete, and a turnover on down. And wait just a second, the official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Washington. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
He's changing the play. Here's Williams to throw. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Here's a give to Washington. Turning it on. Headed to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one.
And that's the benefit to the run game. Keep pounding, keep pounding. Now you break one all the way down to the 2-yard line.
And don't stop it. Get down, get locked.
And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Husky. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. It's dropped after taking the hit.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think
trying to burn this defensive back. He's got it down the field. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus. They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. The give to the left side. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Takes a snap. Wants to throw. Out wide left. It's Edwards. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple.
And man, you gotta love that from your corner. Willing to pull the trigger right away. Obviously, the running back slips out of the backfield. They throw him the football, but he doesn't waste any time. He doesn't hesitate, pulls the trigger, runs at him, makes the nice tackle, and gets the stop.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. He slides that just inside the right upright.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Williams. That's caught. It's Lawson. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. Washington right back to the line.
Really nice looking pass there. You think about all the great Washington quarterbacks, right? Warren Moon, the Heward brothers, Mark Brunell, Jake Browning. The greatest quarterback name in college football history, Sonny Sixkiller. That guy was throwing seeds at the University of Washington. This dude right here putting on his best Sonny Sixkiller impersonation.
Unloads it left. It's caught downfield. And they give him enough for the first down. They'll move the chains, and let's see if they can snap it one more time here in the first. We've reached the break. Bow down to your leaders, Washington. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Williams, look out. They get to him as he throws. Lucky to get it off.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Throwing, Williams. Caught. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks into first down. And the Huskies go back to work after moving the chains through the air.
Man, it's players over plays, isn't it? Like, find your guys, find your matchups. They keep finding him on this drive, and he keeps delivering.
Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And he tacks on the extra point. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Michigan State's offense heads out, ready to go to work. Unless you have somebody ready to do his best Tom Brady impression, down 28-3 is no fun, and they have to get something going right now. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
And that's a big play for this offense, and they need to get going. They've built themselves a deficit. They need points on this drive, or else, guys, the second half, we're going to be telling old war stories, right? Like back in my day, and Jesse did this, and I did that. So, I mean, come on, offense. Let's put this together. Let's keep this game competitive.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Second down to the air. Zings it complete to the right. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Third and short now from their own 48. Left side, it's Moore. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that third down. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Got to make the play on fourth. Makes a grab past the marker. At the 35, he's got room. Oh, he's getting ahead of... And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans. PAT unit on the field. And the extra point cuts the lead to 28-10. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And the score coming on the touchdown pass from 55 yards out. Washington stops the clock and uses its first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
Number 9 set to kick this one away.
No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Here's Williams to throw. Good coverage to knock that pass away.
I love defenses that can mix it up between man and zone, and I love the vision right here by the cornerback. Seeing the quarterback the whole way, breaking on the football when that hand separates from the other hand. Nice job getting the deflection. Nice vision by that cornerback.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision, nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Williams. Caught in the backfield, it's Washington. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover, and you saw a great example of it with that running back.
Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on 3rd down from the 43. Williams will pass. Throws for the tight end. Connection to the right. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. Washington has a lot of things working. Set up with another 1st down. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Washington coming to the line with another 1st down. it to Washington. Got the first down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Washington wants to go quickly. Making the adjustment. Williams finds his target. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Now on 1st and goal, a score here, and that mountain is huge if you want to make a comeback. From the gun, looking for a man. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Touchdown, Washington! And they take it in for 6 more points. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking to the big tight end. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. He'll get rid of it. Finds space on the right. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
And there's finally a bright spot for this offense in the passing game, completing that on 3rd down. I know we're in the 2nd quarter. They're trailing by a lot, but you need something positive to happen here to build some momentum. Maybe they can build on that, drive the field, score some points before going in here at halftime, get a little juju going.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Pulls it in. It's McCray. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47. They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st down. Fresh set of downs going up top. Got it. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. The Spartans are in the hurry up.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch to wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They need to score another touchdown on their next drive. But maybe that's the play that turns things around for them.
And the Spartans with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Fullback's got it. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. The Spartans pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Sells the run, looking to pass. Rolls right. On the move, he fires. And he almost had a pick.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Throws to the tight end. Timed it perfectly to not get free and forces the third down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Looking for the score. Got it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays.
And this is one of those things that are really hard to stop for a defense, man. When that QB starts to get outside the pocket, now I'm thinking he's going to run it. What are my rules? Nice job by the running back starting to creep back towards his quarterback. Now listen, you throw it over the middle of the field late, it doesn't always turn out well, but on this play, big conversion, nice job scrambling around, buying some time for his running back to get open.
And it's first down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. It's our forced to settle for the field goal. They are way down, and they'll try to cut into it by getting this onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, down the stretch we come on what's been a thrilling college football season. Week 11 filled with storylines. Let's take a look at the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25.
And it's the Huskers looking to come out on top in what has been a high-scoring affair. And I love that neither team fears this moment. Gotta see which defense is able to make a stand. Here now a look at some other games of note, including a big upset inside the SEC.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
And how about the aggressiveness of this defense? I love this. Don't let him get to the sideline. Kept the ball in the middle of the field, went after the quarterback right away like some missiles and got him on the ground.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
At the 40, there he goes. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
And that's how you flip the field really quickly. Go from being on your side of the field, creating the explosive play, getting some momentum for this offense, and getting towards scoring position.
They'll give it to Washington. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Rides to the back. What power powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Right at the line. Taken down just short of the sticks, but the offense still within scoring range on 4th down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Quarterback changing the play. Williams to throw for it on 4th. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom. He escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, he scrambles, gets a first down. Now I got a new set of problems I got to deal with.
Washington comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Husky. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. He scores for the 5th time in this game. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Spartans offense, ready to go to work. Fresh setter downs going to the air. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
That's a bad sign for the offense. You're trying to throw screen passes to try to negate the pass rush from the defense. That time, the pass rush even got home on a screen pass.
And the Spartans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to the counter. Breaks into the open. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room. He's up to the 17. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. He was trying to reach the sticks, but he doesn't quite make it down at the 23. It's 4th down.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
4th down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Drag to the ground, but not before. He's converted the 4th down to keep the drive going. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
This this game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. So we open the final period with a third down play. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Snaps it, and he has to have it. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. The Spartans headed quickly to the line.
How about that now? A couple of times on this drive, we've seen this offense convert on fourth down. They're getting the big...
Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. There he goes to the right. And with the pick six. Touchdown, Huskies. That ought to be enough to make this lead insurmountable, and with it, they'll be a perfect 10-0.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense. Here in the fourth quarter, they're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws, and he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
And he added the extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. Sends it back in motion. Turns up, it's Patterson. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
Caught, and he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Powers inside. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense.
How about the job by this?
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Run it with the fullback. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off.
And it's the throwback fullback picking up the first down. Great effort on fourth, surging ahead to keep his offense on the field.
And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Might as well run him again. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points.
Then, guys, hold that thought just a second because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time now because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much, we're up. This game's over after that missed 4th down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing.
They want that clock to run. He'll move it ahead and a good productive play on the ground.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Running inside. It's Washington. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Let's see if the defense comes after them. 3rd and short from the 45. Throwing, Williams. Out wide left, it's Lawson. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. Washington right back to the line.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Making the adjustment on the play. Williams looking for a man. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Washington. There he goes. He is wrestled down at the 17-yard line. They've got a 1st down in the red zone. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Williams on the play fake. He's got it on the run. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the